people don't see that. And so when you look at, I got a theory that, say, cancer is always linked with emotion. You don't see a really happy, nice, awesome people getting cancer. It's people that live in depression, or they're angry over long periods of time, or they're putting these chemicals into their body, like cigarettes or something. And there's been spontaneous remissions, they call it, where people have changed the whole focus. They flushed their body out, they've detoxed it all, and changed the whole way of thinking. And they call it spontaneous remission, where they've got rid of cancer or something by thought or... Yeah, and you can see the science behind it, how it works. Like I was always like, oh, positive thinking, it's just bullshit. But
say, like, when you break down the hormonal changes that come with your thought process, your actual daily thoughts. Like if you wake up in the morning and think, oh fuck, I've got to go work, I hate work, you're starting your day off on like you say, a completely wrong foot, because your body's automatically setting you up for a shit day, just because you had that shitty thought.
And who wants
so interesting. It's very, very interesting.
When you say to anybody in life, like, what do you want in life? What do you want to be? And they'll list off the real things. I want money, I want this and that. Yeah. You break it down. What do you want the money for? Because I can get this and get that. What do you want to get that for? Because it will make me feel good. I'll be happy. All they want, really, people want happiness. You don't need materialistic things to be happy. You need to have a different way of thinking. So
that's more of a social construct that to be seen to be happy, you need to be seen to be wealthy. So you're wearing the right clothes, going on the right holidays. And I think when you get to sort of our age, you realize it's all BS. You know, all the lads in the 20s who are, you know, financing cars and wearing the Balenciagas. It's to look a certain way. And it's the same with the world, and it's a vanity sort of thing as well. That's my take on it. But like you say,
it's nice to have comfort things. It's nice to have these things. And when you say you're driving down the road in a Ferrari and everyone's looking at you like, fucking hell, that's awesome.
It makes me happy.
Good. It makes you feel good. And that's the whole reason people go out and get these things to show off or whatever, because then they feel good about themselves. All they're doing is looking for a fix to find that. You don't need anything to get that feeling in the first place. You just need a better way of thinking. It's the way you look at things, isn't it? So then when you're out to get happiness, learn how to be happy. Learn it's a skill set. You don't just become happy. Because how many people do you know that have got a shit ton of money and they got this, they got that, and they live in depression secretly? I know a load of them because they're only focusing on the few things that they don't have or want, and they're not seeing all the stuff that they do have. If you focus on gratitude, you see what you've got, you feel happy about yourself. It's as simple as that. And when you you break it down with the biology as well, it's not only making you feel good and you're happy every day, but it's also giving you massive health and longevity. Whereas if you're living in depression and anger and you're pissed off all the time, look at what it's doing to your body on a cellular level. You're making yourself sick. And spin it all the way around back to this virus going around. You're most probably gonna get it a lot easier than anybody else when your mind's in that kind of state, because you're breaking down your immune system.
What do you do then? What do you personally do to stay happy? If you were to, to speak to, say me, let's say I'm feeling down today, Dean. I'm having a shit day, and you just go, be happy. What would you say? What should I do? Is there a task? Is there a video I can go and watch that I can sort of retrain a thought process maybe?
There's a million things you can do and a million videos, but it's quite hard when I say, oh, just don't think that, because you're in control of your thoughts. But when I say just don't think bad, think good, it's a lot easier said than done. And the reason this is because our brain, we've got two brains. You got your consciousness, the frontal cortex, which is when you're aware, you're creating things, and then your subconsciousness at the back, which is 10 times more powerful. So say you're driving down the road and you're in a conversation with me, your frontal, your consciousness is talking to me, and that's all you're aware of. So then who the fuck's driving the car? Because we could drive down the road and I'll say, what colour is that car that just passed? You'd be like, I don't know. And I'll say, well, what was we talking about? And you know exactly what we're talking about.
It's basically the back part is obviously controlling everything, because I think if the front part was controlling everything, we'd all be fucking dead. We'd forget to breathe. We'd forget to send
exactly
around the body. So that's the point you're making with regards.
Yeah, when you're conscious, then your subconsciousness is doing everything else you're not conscious of. Right. So basically, what it is in your subconsciousness, it's like a tape player. So when you press play, all it can do is play that program that you've got in there. The interesting thing is, your brain's on different wavelengths. So you got like delta, theta, alpha, beta. So when you're in delta, you like in a deep sleep. Theta is when you go drifting in and out of sleep. It's like hypnosis state. Alpha is when you're alert and you're doing stuff, and beta is when you're like super alert. So when a child is born, from like 0 to about 6-7 years old, their brain waves don't go above theta. So they stay in this theta state. So it's like hypnosis, but it's like fairyland. And what happens when you're in hypnosis state, it's programming these programs into your subconsciousness. And this is an amazing thing from nature, because you imagine a baby's born into a family. It's got 100 million different rules how to fit into this family or into society. And it's too much for you to learn consciously. So subconsciously, you're watching things and it's going in and making these programs. So after like 7 years old, and then you creep up to alpha state, like 10 plus 12.
So it's creating a hard drive to adapt to its life and surroundings.
Yes. And these programs that are in the back of your head will stay with you forever, and then you're building new ones as you go on. But you've got to think 80 to 90% of your day is being run by your subconsciousness. You're only like conscious of 10% when you're aware of doing things. So everything else, you're pretty much repeating the same behaviors every single day. So once you've got past that phase, you've grown up, you're an adult now. How do we reprogram? You can. There's 3 different ways, but not many people ever know or even try to change things. So they get pissed off with things that's going on in their life. If there's anything you're not happy about in your life, then the only thing you can do to change it is change yourself, which changes your actions, change your way of thinking. So when you have an action, you get an outcome from the action, don't you? You can't get a different outcome from doing the same action. So you've got to change something. So you think that the world is how it is, the people are how they are, weather's how it is. You can't change that. There's nothing you can do about that. So the only thing you can change is you and your behaviors. So when you want something different in life, you've got to act in a different way, right?
Yeah.
So then if your subconscious programs are not allowing you to get what you want, then you need to reprogram them. So one is hypnosis state, theta. So you can have hypnosis therapy or whatever. You know, people stop them smoking and stuff. This is they're getting into those programs and changing that. But you can do this yourself 2 times a day. The main 2 times a day, when you lower your brain frequency into theta, is just before you go to sleep and just as you're waking up in the morning. So these 2 really important times are, I personally, every single night, I put a sleep app on. It's either, if I'm struggling to sleep, which I don't at all anymore, it would be like a hypnosis, help me to sleep, talk down. But mainly it would be either higher frequencies or it would be affirmations, just drumming into your head while you're going into hypnosis. Just telling yourself that you're going to do better.
What app do you use, in case people want to know what app?
I just jump onto YouTube and type anyone in. If hundreds of them come up, and there's many. So I do that as a sleep. When I wake up in the morning, I do a similar with a gratitude app. So it's like nice sounds and the sun coming up, and it's like affirmations about being grateful, how amazing everything
a new
is.
day, and it starts you on the right footing.
Yeah.
Alert. Right. Okay.
So when you're focused on pure gratitude, at the same time you can't be down or depressed or pissed off or hurt or angry. So if you really think about what you're grateful for, all you're feeling is happiness because you're generally grateful. And some people will say, I've got nothing to be fucking grateful for. You're above the ground. There's a massive thing. If you wake up above the ground,
that's number
there's something to be grateful for. You've got a roof, you've got water, you've got food. 2/3 of the world live on $2. Sorry, yeah, 2/3 of the world live on $2 a day. I mean, that's an old statistic. I don't know what it is now,
we got
but
that,
that's a huge amount.
We got them first world white people problems, though, aren't we?
Do you know what I mean? We invent the problems.
Like, I was just going to say, like you said, you know, in the beginning, we do invent and create drama, and you know, it can be like even social media can be the killer of someone's not just personality, but how they're feeling for the day. Like, this used to affect me like a few years ago. I'd read someone.
I looked at you thinking you got more followers than me.
Honestly, no, but like I could read a comment, and it's not since I started YouTube that I had to adapt, and very quickly. But I'd read a comment on social media that might have been aimed at me, might not have been aimed at me, and I'd carry that in my head for the day, rather than just read it and dismiss it as just shit. Now, like with regards to YouTube, you've probably had it yourself on Instagram and things like that. It's frequent. We get, you know, the trolls, the just arseholes of the world who've got nothing better to do. So you sort of have to like adapt very quickly to dismiss it and laugh it off. Sometimes I do entertain them now, because that actually does make me feel better. So I've literally done this on my inbox. I've said, right, I've got 3 spare minutes. I'm on the toilet. Let's go. So I will go back and forth with a troll for 3. I'll say, look, at the end of the 3 minutes, you were getting blocked, but let's do the mom jokes, whatever you want to do. And then we go back and forth. And I've had one guy come like circle back round on another platform and gone, please re-add me. I apologize. That was hilarious. So he's gone from a troll to like, because I entertained it in a funnier way, he just circled back.
What I do now, I put a witty comment back, and then I just allow everybody else to jump on it.
I've done that as well.
Every one dickhead, you've got 10 people that like you, so just leave them to them.
Just feed them to the lambs. William,
I
had William on. Like, I had him on recently, but when I first interviewed William, we discussed about the trolls and Patrick Moore as well, and he said, like, you know, when you've got fans and followers that are loyal to you, you don't need to deal with a troll. They'll deal with it for you.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, you're saying years back, I used to search for every bad comment, just to get pissed off in myself.
Yeah.
But you had this dickhead. Every picture that I posted, he would just put a comment. You got shit arms. Arms are skinny. Yeah, tell me something I don't fucking know. I mean, it made me train them harder. They've got better. But I used to look for these people, and I'd get 10 really nice comments saying you've made such an impact on my life. You're awesome. And I wouldn't even see them. I'd see that one dickhead who's calling you a fucking whatever. And as time got on, your skin gets thicker, don't you? So I didn't give a shit. I will not allow somebody's shitty opinion to affect any fucking thought. When I learned how my thoughts affect my health, I'm not going to allow myself to have bad thoughts. And once, I think I told you before, I went to fucking South Africa and I got sunburnt. And that Louis DeMarco, what's his name? Louis Marker. He somehow found this fucking picture and posted it with my sunburn, and the camera angle made my shoulder look massive, and it was a bit swollen, and I wasn't in great condition anyway. And this thing just went viral, saying I'm fucking 150,000 shitty comments saying I'm disgusting, I'm a monstrosity, it's sinful, and steroid abuse and all this shit.
Did he tag you?
he didn't tag me, no, but I got all this abuse. And I just made a joke of it because I was getting called fucking SpongeBob muscle arms and
I
the
think
lobster.
that's the problem. Like, when it comes to things like social media, we have a responsibility when we create these followings or fan base or whatever you want to call it. Doing that, like, obviously, he put you on blast, basically, and
Yeah, I mean,
he
I
left.
so much abuse
Knowing
about
Louis,
simple.
he's very, very sly in what he does. He will post a picture with the shortest caption ever, but let everybody else. Do you know what I mean? He will let it unfold.
I think the picture said caption this, so he's inviting people to.
Yeah,
I mean, there was no bodybuilder or anyone into fitness that commented on it. It was just just normal people with no education in the sport whatsoever. I mean, the camera angle was fucking awesome. I mean, like, my shoulder looked twice the size of my head.
You were just happy it was a good angle. So you took positive from it. But that's my point, though. It's like, we do have an obligation to not protect. I mean, if I've got to cover a story that might have some negativity on it, I can take that story however way I want to take it and reanimate it for anybody that's watching it. But I think with something like that, there's an element of bullying, so to speak, to do that to somebody. I mean, I did it on Louis Marco when he was basically slating William Bonac. And there's a picture going around at the time. I mean, this was like...
How can you slate his physique?
It was, he looked like... have you ever seen Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
What's the guy, the little freaky one with the ring?
Gollum.
That's
Smeagol, Gollum.
Yeah, there was a picture of Louis Marco where he looked like that. So I did it back to him, and that was the picture I used against him and William Bonac with the whole debacle thing. And I thought, okay, if you're
looking like that, how can he judge like William's physique looking the way he does?
This is the thing. And it's very hypocritical. And him, and I'm not trying to like go down a rabbit hole of who's a dick and who isn't, but these are the sort of people that will block people straight away. As soon as they get called out, they will block you. But they like to call everybody else out. And it's sort of
I think the problem is they get a lot of attention because there's so many fucking shitty people in the world that love to see people getting put down.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like you were saying earlier about people putting people down. They're so stupid that they don't realise that there's two ways of having the biggest building in the city.
Yeah.
You can work your ass off every day, working hard on your building so it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you keep grafting, you keep putting hard work in, eventually you'll get the biggest and the best building in that city. And it's been a long journey and you'll feel fucking awesome that you succeeded. Or you can have a little shit building and you can drag everybody else's down to the lower than yours. I've got a little shitty building, but it's still the biggest in the city. What they don't understand is all that time they took dragging people down, they're not working on themselves. So they still go to bed at the end of the night in the same shitty state that they've always been in. And they never get any better. They never grow because all their energy is going into dragging people down.
It's a good analogy because obviously that, like you say, you're building the biggest building. You've obviously built a stronger foundation as well.
Every time it gets to another level, you're a level better.
Yeah. This was sort of, I mean, I can contest to being that because last year, probably not last year, maybe the year before, I was sort of doing this a lot to Big Ramy. I was, with regards to how I was titling videos about him, how I was sort of entertaining the fact that he kept looking shit. And, the fact of the matter is he wasn't looking great. He wasn't looking the way he should have been looking and how, his camp were claiming he was going to look. So I've literally taken all those videos down because I look back and I thought, and obviously
better at the time.
I did. Do you know what?
It's bigger than your whole body and it's like, you're shit.
What it was, I started speaking to his manager because I created a post and his manager called me out on it. And he said, "Luke, what's your issue with Ramy?" And I was like, well, obviously, and I'm thinking, I took a step back and I'm thinking, well, obviously he's going to have Ramy's back. He's his manager. And then I started going back through all my Ramy videos and I'm thinking, I've been a bit of a dick to Rami. Like, I genuinely, hand on heart, can look back at the body of work I did with regards to Big Rami and think, yeah, I'm one of those people that have probably messed with his mental health, whether in me, Nick Strength and Power, RX Muscle, any other, do you know what I mean? And then,
especially because you got a big impact on the community.
that's the
So
thing, yeah. And it wasn't until I took a step back and thought, I need to approach this in a better way. So I will address the fact that if I think he's made improvements, where he made improvements. If I think he didn't make improvements, I will address it in a way that's negative, so to speak, that he could improve other areas, so to speak. Because obviously I'm a glorified fan. That's it.
You got to be truthful as well. You're doing your job at the end of the day, and if you're judging the show, you've got to be highly critical. These are the best athletes in the world, and it's hard. Like, everyone on that stage looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But you've got to pick out any little dot of fucking shit on their body that you can find, and it's extremely hard. So when I understand, you're like, oh, Rami looks shit. You put it in context. Okay, he looks shit compared to Phil Heath, or he looks shit compared to his very best. But he's far from shit, and he's unfucking believable.
Yeah.
So it's hard to not criticize them without sounding harsh.
I think a big part of why Rami was not competing, I think it was a massive mental health thing for him. I think given the fact that obviously when you've got people like, especially people like, Louis Marco at the time, he did it to Phil. He did it to Phil so much. The first thing Phil said when he got on social media after winning that last Olympia against Big Rami was he called out Louis Marco. So Louis Marco was so in his head. That was the first thing he said after, he did the speech with The Rock and stuff. So when I look back on the shit that I was saying, I thought, no, I need to do this, and not just a more professional way, but in a way that, I can still not sort of pay homage, but show a bit more respect. So I will critique.
It's fucking awesome, but you're not quite as good as you should have been.
Yeah,
or
your
was last year.
was off, or delts weren't straight as they were in 17, blah blah blah, and do it in a more professional way rather than he looks shit. And one of the guys that does this quite a lot now is Ivan Bodybuilding, and William called him out. I think the video went live yesterday on my channel and said, "Look, these guys are not bringing bodybuilding up." And in January, I sort of reassessed everything I was doing on my channel. I deleted, I think it was about 1,300 videos. I was like, do you know what? This is all shit. It's all crap. I'm going to be in the video. I'm going to do more. I'm going to be more informative in a way. Yeah, I had to. And
taking responsibility for your own actions is one of the most important things a person can do. Realize when you're wrong.
It was hard because my revenue dropped to nothing. I kept 2 videos on, and I will be truthful about this. One was the Blessing video, and that Blessing video created Blessing's career on social media because it got 33 million views. There was that video and a fake weights video. Now, the Blessing video, and Blessing will contest to this as well, pays my rent every month. It literally pays my rent every month, and that's why I kept the video up. Blessing knows exactly how much money that video makes because we spoke about it because I'm friends with him. And at the time when I first created that video, I was in a very shit situation financially. Like you were saying before, like some people are, only a couple of months away from being homeless. And I reached out to Blessing after I'd done this video, and he was mega grateful because his Instagram went like over the space of a couple of months. And he got like CNN posting these videos and Fox News. And I said, Luke, you know what? I mean, he could quite rightly monetize that video himself. He knows that. He's well aware of that. But he also knew at the time what it did for me, because I reached out to him a lot. And I was like, Luke, mate, I am so grateful that you've not taken this video away from me. And he was so grateful because it obviously put him on this whole new level and a whole new platform. So obviously those were the only 2 videos that I kept up just because they were the main revenue creators for the channel. But everything else I sort of looked at, and some were like 500,000 views, and it was calling people out on, 2 or 3 of the videos were like Brad Castlebury. Yeah, they were making decent money. It was shit. And I'm thinking, do it. I actually thought to myself, if I died today and people wanted to look at the body of work that I created, and it was calling out this, this twat on fucking Instagram, and this arse, and
see how many people love to see that shit. They love to see people getting put down.
That's what I used to create. I would create and clickbait the fuck out of everybody, and that's how quick my channel grew. I mean, my channel's still bigger than RX Muscle. It's still bigger than Muscular Development. Most of the big contenders are nowhere near me. The only person that's surpassed me is Nick Strength and Power. With regards to pretty much 99% of the other channels, they're still not where I'm at. But the problem I have now is I've created an audience on shit. So now I'm at a point where people look at my channel.
We're talking positivity now. You're going to lose all your viewers.
No, it's not. It's not.
You better say something shitty about me.
No, because if you look at my views compared to my subscribers, and I can be very humble about this, my subscribers came from shit videos, the bulk of them. I do have a hardcore audience. It might be very small when it comes to bodybuilding, but they are always there. It's the same people commenting. It's like Benny, real captain. I'll shout them out. But I think that's the twist that I had to adapt to. Was I had to take a step back and go, right, most of these people aren't here for, or these subscriber count aren't here for bodybuilding. They came from a funny bodybuilding video and click subscribe. This video was, massively viral. So I had to take a step back and go, right, I don't want that audience. As far as I'm concerned, I'd prefer them all to unsubscribe if they only came from the blessing video, so I could see who my real audience are. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, going back to what you're saying about how it affects these people, and we had Phil Leaf at our gym doing a seminar, and he obviously went into social media and all this, and he was basically saying, like, hey, he's very clued up, really intelligent guy, like he does everything he possibly can to win. He said you cannot allow these people to affect anything. It doesn't matter what they're fucking saying. But we know for a fact, subconsciously, it did affect him.
Yeah.
Like you said, how he reacted straight away after the show. And rightfully, do you know what I mean? He's like, fuck you, like in your face. Like, but going back to subconsciousness and reprogramming, told you the first way is in hypnosis state, theta state. The second best way to do it is through repetition.
Yeah.
So when you do something over and over and over and over, finally it gets into your subconsciousness. And that's even if you're being told. So you're being told every day how fucking shit you are. Eventually it will drum into the back of your subconsciousness, and subconsciously you'll believe you're shit. So you need to get away from shitty fucking people that drag you down.
Yeah.
And so like the affirmations that will help. See, you imagine when you first learned to drive a car. You got in the car and the instructor said, you got your clutch, you got this, you got that. There's so many different fucking things to do at once. You can't remember, and you start stalling the car and you're shit. 6 months down the line, you're driving. A year down the line, you pass your test, you're driving around.
Like muscle
you drive
memory.
to your house.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, who drove here? I don't even remember the journey. Because you've done it so many times, you got so good, it's drummed. Now it's a program into your subconsciousness.
You've gone from
so now when we're having a conversation, subconsciousness is driving for us.
Yeah.
So that's the second way how to reprogram that subconsciousness. So when you've got shitty things going into your brain constantly, you need to change that.
Yeah.
Best way I can describe this is however we do something. In your brain, you got these little neurons, billions, trillions of them. From one neuron to another, there's a gap. And when you tell your brain to do something, it sends a little electric pulse from one neuron to the other, and you'll do something. But when you don't know how to do something, it doesn't know how to get from one side to the other. So you imagine there's a little man here. He's on a canyon. There's a big canyon. He wants to get to the other side, and he can't get across. So he sends this rope across, like a grappling hook, and it clings onto the side, and he skimmies across this fucking rope. It takes him ages, and it's really, really hard, but he makes it. boom, he's on the other side. That's what happens when you learn something. He's done it. They made a connection. Now, the second time, he fires a second rope across. Now he can skim it across with his legs and his arms. It's still fucking hard, but it's a little bit easier. And then another rope and another and another and another. So there's that many ropes. It's like a bridge, and he effortlessly walks across it. So that's what happens when you learn something and you do it over and over and over again. It becomes so easy. But that's the same in any thought process as well. So you imagine that people living in depression, or they're pissed off, they're hurt, every single day they're sending a rope how to be unhappy, how to get depressed. They've got a fucking highway to depression.
Yeah.
And they don't even know how to get, they got a little dirt track for happiness because they don't practice it ever. So when you start to realize this, it's fucking, you say, how do I just do it? It's fucking hard because you don't know how to. So first you need to be aware of what you're doing and then stop doing it. The good news is they did this experiment. I mean, it's a really cruel experiment on chimpanzees years ago, where basically every time the monkey was tied up, but he had a finger loose, every time he pressed his button, he got a little treat. So they wired his brain to the computer, and every time he done that, moved the finger, the part in his brain, it triggered it, and it got really, really stronger and stronger.
That way. Go on. Yeah.
It got stronger and stronger at doing that movement.
Yeah.
Then they tied his finger up so he couldn't do anything. The part of his brain that had got immensely strong, it's like having loads and loads of ropes. Because it couldn't be used, the ropes started deteriorating. It got less and less and less, to the point that it got even less than what it was before the experiment. So what that
anxiety almost then?
Sorry?
Do you think that's sort of on the same level as anxiety? Because like, obviously
anxiety is,
can't do that thing.
You know the different wavelengths, brain waves that I was saying, when you go delta, theta, alpha, beta. Normally when you're in like beta state, beta state is when you're so over conscious of everything. It's when you get anxiety attacks and you can't cope. You need to get out. You need to just breathe, like 4 seconds in, hold, 4 seconds out. Your brain waves will actually come down. It will just chill you. You de-stress basically. It's really simple techniques to get out of it. But when you don't know how, you have a fucking anxiety freak attack. I used to get it really bad at being in a busy room. I've got to get the fuck out of the room quick. Yeah. I'm freaking the fuck out. Like, all I need to do is sit there. That's why people, when they smoke, they say, I need a fucking fag, I'm stressed. I need a fucking, do you think that fag distresses them?
Not the fag, it's, yeah, okay, yeah.
What they do is putting chemicals and shit into them, but their breathing is, I need a fucking fag. They go from that to, they change the physiology. So the fastest way to change a mental state is change your physiology. Okay, take this for an example. Behind this wall here, behind all these fucking shitty trophies, there's a guy sat behind that wall. I did this to you last time, and he sat in depression. Tell me how his body would be sat in depression.
I know what you're going to say. He's going to be sat. He's going to be slow. His head down.
His shoulders down. How's his breathing? Is shallow, fast? Like
just shallow, slow. Everything's just slumped and just.
Where's he looking?
Fuck it, looking down.
Yeah. So how the fuck do you know that he's behind the wall? You can't see him.
Because I felt like that before.
You recognise that somebody in a depressive state or down is going to be sat in a similar position.
Yeah.
Anybody in the world, no matter what race, what culture, where you come from, will have similar body language. So when you're in a state, you'll recognize that your physiology, your body will be doing a certain thing. Once you recognize what your body's doing, you can instantly change your body, which will change your state. So if you grab that guy...
How can you trigger that reaction, though? So if something happened, I've reacted in a negative way, or whether I'm angry and I need to calm down, whether I'm depressed, how do you then trigger, like, and say, right, okay, I need to get out of this? How do you get from being in that state to making the decision?
So now you know how that works, and your physiology changes your mental state. First thing you need to do is recognize what state you're in, and recognize you don't want to be in it. I'm pissed off, I'm angry. Do I want to be pissed off and angry? No. Or if I'm depressed, do I want to be depressed? Some people will cling on to these because they meet, every human has 6 needs, and they will find a way to get these needs.
Yeah.
If a negative behavior meets these needs, it becomes an addiction. So like, if I'm pissed off, I'm depressed, or there's something wrong with me, I'm hurt, and you come to me every time you come to me when I got something hurt, you're like, oh, are you okay? It's meeting a need. Love and connection is a need. So if I'm okay, you're like, you're okay. Yeah, okay, see you later. If you're okay, no, oh, you okay, mate?
Yeah, I notice this a lot with breakups, and obviously people check in on people, and obviously they've lost the attention of the loved one or whatever that they broke up with, and you see it a lot on social media when people put these empty statuses where there's nothing specific said, but they
just a crying face.
Yes. Or, I can't believe this has happened. Oh, just my luck. But again, like, sort of reiterates what you're saying. It's they need
getting that need.
They want some
just
attention.
lost it.
They want somebody to, not just the attention, but then it also invokes the feeling that, oh, this person now wants to engage with
people around us.
Yeah.
Some people hate people, so they get a fucking dog. And that dog is loyal. It gives them love and connection every day. There's always a way. You will find a way to meet these needs. You can either do it in positive ways or negative ways.
Yeah.
So go back to that depressed guy. If we make him stand up, jump around, deep breaths. I mean, it sounds fucking stupid, but you'll see it instant. Puff your chest, hands on the hips, head up, big stupid smile on your face, looking up. You will instantly change his mind state. You can't be depressed by his physiology is different. So say like you're angry, you might be like, you see your breathings change, you might be clenching your fists and gritting your teeth. Whatever you're doing, once you recognize what your body does in that state, you can change your body state, which will then change your mind state. Then you can think in better ways. Because we only act in a way that our mental state is thinking, isn't it? So if you're pissed off and I come in and I crack a shit joke and I say, that video you did the other day slagging Rami, you're a fucking dickhead, you are. And you're pissed off, you'll be like, you fucking what? Call me a dickhead. But if you was in a happy state and I said exactly the same thing, you'd probably laugh at it and say, I was a bit like that, I know, and think it's funny. So whatever mind state you're in, you're going to act in that way. Yeah. So if your mind state's in shitty ways, you're down, you're depressed, you've got no energy, you've got nothing to go. It's like people don't see opportunities and stuff or they can't be asked to take them because they feel down and depressed. So then they don't act that way. They don't get that opportunity. That opportunity could have led on to becoming something amazing in their life and making them move forward. Or spirals either way, depending on what state you're in. So the key to being successful is learning how to control your emotional state. If you can always be in control, always be positive or happy when you need to be, you're going to get better outcomes, which are going to lead to a better life. Isn't it?
I think there's so much that everybody can take from some of the stuff that you've brought up and mentioned, because like you say, it's not a case of it's not factual information. It actually is, and it can benefit quite literally everybody, even me. So some of the stuff you've said I can relate to. I think, in fact, probably most of us can. We've always, we've all been angry, we've all been sad, we've all been depressed, we've all gone through some sort of traumatic event, whether it's a loss of a loved one, whatever it may be. And like you say, there's these different things that we can all sort of, obviously, like you say, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's a process where, from what I'm getting from you, is retraining, sort of not just how to adapt with whatever it is. It's recognizing, I don't want to be this. I don't want to do this. And then from that point, you need to obviously then understand, okay, what can I do now? I understand that I'm too angry. I need to address this.
Did you just think your subconsciousness is saying, I want to do it, because it's so used to doing it. It likes normality. So you've got to be conscious of that. Your subconsciousness is doing that. So think of all the ropes. When you start doing them, they get less. When you start doing others, it gets more. So to start with, it's fucking hard. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. And you get to a point that you practice being happy. You've now got a fucking highway to happiness. It's hard to get fucking depressed the other way around.
Do you think that this applies to, I mean, do you think it can be adapted to younger people? And I want to say younger people, I mean specifically my younger male audience, because obviously, you know, again, back to the biology of it and the chemistry and the testosterone, etc. Obviously, younger males react more, don't they? They're, you know, they can be in your face more. They can be, or quite opposite, introvert, or so to speak. Do you think that, you know, them, it could be a maturity thing? Like they might look at what you've spoke about, think, oh, that's not me, or, I mean, what's your perspective on that?
I think definitely we mellow as we get older. We get wiser and we think in better ways.
Yeah.
Usually when a person's wrong or they don't like it or they don't like an action, they jump to anger.
Yeah.
It's like, well, fuck you then. Like, do you know what I mean? Because they don't have the wisdom or to even acknowledge that they're being wrong or they are wrong. They may not be if they're wise enough. But I just think younger people, I mean, you can't blame it on testosterone because
I don't mean specifically testosterone or even
but I know
just meant like young. I always found in my early 20s, I'd react to anything.
Yeah,
a guy
I just think it's chemical imbalancements have a huge part in it. So when people are taking a lot of gear, obviously it affects them. It's not. The problem is people think it's, what I was going to say is people think it's testosterone and young lads' test levels are high. If you're taking gear, they're through the roof. It's not the testosterone that makes a guy snappy or angry or emotionally fucked. It's when testosterone's too high that your body aromatizes it and the estrogen gets too high. Estrogen in a male makes them very emotional and hormonal, which will have them outbursts.
Right.
So if you could stop the aromatization and your test was high, you wouldn't be that emotional or snappy. Where vice versa with a woman's good to have good high estrogen levels, as when their test levels, then they start playing up and going crazy.